Hey everybody, it's me, Julz Chan again. Welcome to another installment of Julz Chan's Anime Corner. Today we are talking about the latest anime of the summer, Gangsta. You know, there tend to be anime every single summer that people keep telling you to go watch. Oh, come on man, go watch this anime. It's so cool, it's so awesome. It's probably going to be the next Attack on Titan. Pretty much that was the attitude I was getting, you know, before I watched Attack on Titan. And you know what? Sometimes the hype is right, sometimes it's not. So why not check it out? And I was impressed, and that's saying a lot for somebody who isn't so into the whole gangster mafia kind of crowd of entertainment, other than, you know, The Godfather, Gungrave, and Samurai Champloo. Those I really like. This one in particular, I would say, is a recommended watch. Here's why. In the city of Ergustalum, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, I am not Western European or whatever, it is a city of guns, gangs, booze, drugs, and prostitutes. And sometimes the police can't always handle it, so they call in the Handymen, Nicholas and Warwick, or Wallace if you prefer. Now, the main focus, and I think the draw of this series, is pretty much its characters. Not so much its story in on itself, but rather the characters and their backstory. Both the characters obviously have a very shady past and a not-so-clear sense of morality. However, despite being mercenaries for the police or for anybody who would hire them, despite having a very questionable occupation, they're not unlikable. Actually, they're very likable. Warwick is very upbeat and also very flirtatious. Nick, despite being, you know, very calm and chill, however can be explosively insane, is in a way adorable, and it's very interesting that they include a deaf character. Normally, there aren't a lot of disabled main characters. Sometimes we'll get something simple like them being of a different sexual orientation, or something like they're left-handed, or, you know, maybe they have like a trick knee or an injury in the past or something, but nothing like this. Like, I have yet to see a paraplegic main character in anime. I see those all the time in like Western cartoons, but not even in Western cartoons do I ever see deaf people. The moments where it's pretty clear that he is not able to hear, you know, the silent moments, those scenes are done very well to convey that he is indeed deaf. Especially like when he tries to talk to people, he can't say things right, it's kind of mumbly, almost like he's a little bit inebriated, and it's kind of cute, but obviously as someone who has a family member who is deaf, that is very real. Good job, creators. Making a deaf character a very interesting main character. Most of the time when trying to create a relatable character, maybe even the underdog type of character, you would just make them annoying as heck, to the point where you just want to strangle them and just want them to be quiet. Now, chances are, by the 7th episode, more details have been revealed, and maybe my opinions here might be rendered moot. However, my impression so far is that I really like it. However, even though I wish there was a bit more of a focus to the story, you know, an actual goal. Now, while I may have stated that, yes, there is not an exact direct plot moving forward as in an exact goal here, it's mostly them going about their day-to-day job, you know, catching bad guys, killing them, and we learn more about them. It's more about picking apart pieces from the past, picking up pieces from their backstory, and to try and define the now. That's pretty much it. But even then, it's not that bad of a problem. Maybe there will be a defining goal in the end, and, you know, we'll have an actual antagonist who doesn't hide in the shadows. Really, we don't necessarily have an antagonist. Also, remember when I mentioned Samurai Champloo? And also, I've been getting some vibes, not just from Samurai Champloo in relation to the series, but I've also been getting some vibes from Fullmetal Alchemist in terms of its art style and animation, and I think I know why. The people that brought us those two series, Monglobe and Studio Bones, are the ones overseeing Gangsta. No wonder I was getting those vibes. Of course, Samurai Champloo because of the gangster elements, and of course Fullmetal Alchemist because of the lighting, the shading, the masking, the character designs, and their expressions. Like seriously, go and take Nick's homicidal smile and try to find that in Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm very sure you'll find a lot of those types of smiles. It's a very distinct Studio Bones kind of expression. And also in terms of the animation, you can tell that the animation is somewhat reserved in many spots. However, when it wants to go full on, like during the action scenes, it really does go full on, even though it kind of looks a little bit choppy in some places, but not a bad kind of choppy, a very forgivable kind of choppy, and very distinct that it is Studio Bones. That's why I was getting a whole Fullmetal Alchemist feeling there. And of course, before I forget, the dog tag thing is kind of impressive. What makes this whole series somewhat unique and distinct its own, that they're a specific type of race of people, that they are genetically altered people, that if you give them a certain type of drug, they will exhibit superhuman strength, or agility, like they could cut your head clean off with a knife, or they could leap tall buildings, or they could just slam you up against a wall and leave a crater. That I thought was very interesting, although I wish was a bit more well defined in terms of their abilities, and also what exactly does that entail, like are you a slave, are you a mercenary if you're a dog tag? But, of course, I'm very sure more and more will be revealed as the series progresses. I just wish that there was indeed a bigger story, you know. The politics and the conflicts presented by the police, the mafia, and even the guild are very interesting. I just wish there was a more intended goal here. It's more about picking up pieces of the past. Although maybe that could just be the theme, you know. You can't always escape the past that usually defines the now. So far, yet again, I like the characters. I like the fight scenes. I like the conflicts presented. I like the enticing backstory of the two characters and how it's uncovered again and again. Now, of course, I would never say it's perfect. I already listed the problems, but they're not really big problems, and they're no way deal breakers. And of course, if there's some elements in the manga that would make more sense, that would be great, but I am judging the series as it is. So far, if I were to rate this series based on my first impression watching the first 6 episodes, I guess I would give it a 4 out of 5, or maybe a 4.5 out of 5, since I like it so much, and also because Nick is adorable. Alright guys, I'm off to go watch episode 7. Please comment, please subscribe, tell me what you thought of the episodes. Let's discuss it, and I will see you later.